Chris live in west central Pennsylvania, east of Pittsburgh, headed my way back. Oh wow, somebody's got the same different color, kind of a gray color. It's different. See this model that often. Yeah, I headed back from my trip to Pittsburgh, where I spent time with the Oosthuizens and Bruce the service dog, and also with the nice young lady who I met this morning, who came over here as well, that kind of by herself right now. Her family hasn't made it. So yeah, I'm just coming back from that. I'm getting a little hot under the collar about the conditions that some refugees being put into. I'm not talking about these two cases in particular, but there's a lot of people aren't complaining about their conditions, and see where some of these people are living, and it's not acceptable. Also, I'm raising the question again, and I will raise this with DHS about what is going on when it comes to refugee housing. Is there something untoward going on? Are there crooked agents and crooked case officers involved here? Because some of this stuff just shake your head, Either refugee agencies aren't trying in some cases, or they're intentionally colluding to do something. So I'm just now passing the spot in western Pennsylvania for the Flight 93 National Memorial. That's about 40 minutes, I think, north of here. I've gotten off here before and visited once previously. It's a very somber site. That's where the Todd Beamer and those guys were on the flight, and they decided to try to take the flight back from the terrorist. And the famous line, "Let's roll," which is interesting because a lot of us have been using that term for years before that, but Beamer used it, it was heard on the phone message, and they tried to take back the plane, and it crashed, everyone perishing. The terrorists trying to head back to D.C. Yeah, that was what a horrific situation. So yeah, that memorial is just a little ways from here, right here, and I'm a good 2 hours 15 minutes from getting home. So it's a little ways out. I've stopped trying to trip back from Ohio in the past, but not recently. So how's everybody doing out there? Welcome back. At least the light's not shining in my face this time. I'm wearing a Vegas Golden Knights hockey jersey. That's what this is. Just came from the game. I left early. It was 4-0. Pittsburgh was beating Golden Knights, and I figured it better to get on the road and get back than sit there and watch them get pummeled. They wound up losing 5-0. So yeah. Anyway, but I hope you're all doing well out there. The turnpike was very busy, and now suddenly I found a gap here where it's just kind of me for a little bit. No, I'm driving safely. Praying for me. Why are you praying for me? What happened? Did I miss something? Yeah, so it's a beautiful day, but it's cold. Yesterday was much warmer. So warm that I couldn't even wear my hoodie yesterday. I was sweating walking around with a hoodie on. It's very uncomfortable. Today, it's a lot cooler. It was very cold this morning, so anyway, yeah, so headed back. Young lady I met this morning, Kim, was very nice, and we talked about what's happened with her case and things she's faced. And once again, I ran into someone who's getting help from the group of South African women that live over here in the U.S., and they're doing really nice things for a number of people, so I appreciate what they're doing. Just wish someone had told me about that group early on. It's frustrating. I've been here in the States reporting on South Africa, covering South Africa, knowing so many South Africans, particularly influential ones. Let me see how far, if I can make this. Fuel economy, 36. Yeah, I can make the next one. Yeah, I'll stop at the next fuel point, not here. So I need to get fuel, but got enough for 89 miles, and it's 36 to the next one, so that gives me plenty of cushion. Yeah, so I won't stop here. Otherwise, I have to stop the broadcast after just getting it started. And I have enough to get to the next spot. And I just have to get a couple gallons. That'll get me back. So the petrol on the turnpike is very expensive. Next plaza is 35 miles. And I've got enough at this pace to go 88 miles. So it gives me a 50-mile cushion. That's plenty of fuel. Yep. Anyway, just went under a quarter of a tank. Look at that. Windmills polluting the skyline. Not what I want to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like PE, the Eastern Cape. $3.19. That is 60 cents a gallon more than I paid when I topped off to come here. So yeah, so she was explaining to me some of the challenges she's faced and things. She's in a remote location. They put her out in some village, not near anything, with no car and no one else there, and they just kind of left her there. They don't really come out and see her, so she wasn't complaining. So we're not going to give the agency a call, but there's an awful lot of stuff that bears attention. People need to be paying attention to what's happening to these refugees. I don't think it's getting done. I don't think someone's following up on these issues. It seems to be the case all over the country. But we're also dealing with the goobers in South Africa who get all stupid, like, oh yeah, they thought it was all going to be easy. No one thought it was going to be easy. Who told you it was going to be easy? Who told you it was going to be breezy? Who told you it was all going to be handed to you? No one ever said that. If someone told you that and you believed it, you're a fool. You start at the bottom, unless you're independently wealthy. You've got money in the bank, you start at the very bottom. You come to an alien culture where you have to figure things out. And when the refugee case officers get paid by the taxpayer to help you don't do their job, it makes it that much more challenging for you. And that's the thing, it's the issue. The people are struggling, we talk about, are the ones who aren't getting services that the U.S. government pays for. So we're being ripped off as taxpayers. And that's unacceptable. You see, for those who are interested in the refugee program, are going to come over here. Let me just tell you a couple things about this very quickly. Number one, folks, there's an allocation from the federal government that covers things for you. $2,000 per adult. And then there's many other federal regulated benefits, such as Medicaid if you're a family, and then refugee medical assistance if you're a singleton. I believe that's how it works. They're also supposed to help you do things that don't cost money, like get your Social Security number and help process to get your employment authorization document. Those things don't cost money. They are not there to say, hey, let me take you to lunch while we're going out for a meeting. And then they take a picture of the receipt so they can put it on the thing and claim that was, a cost. Your food was a cost from the money that the government allocates you, but not their food. That doesn't come out of your $2,000 per person. Yeah. Plus, many states have matching grants, and if these people get off their butt and get you those matching grants, you're not going to see the money. That's important too. So I think we have to inform, and I tried to inform refugees last year. I did all those videos at Arctic's suggestion, but people just don't watch them. It's very frustrating. But a lot of people this past week asked me, hey, what are we entitled to? Can you give me a list of all the entitlement? No, I can't. I've covered this. States are different. And I've talked about the federal benefits and stuff. Hey, Spartan, what's going on? Interesting times ahead. Yes, I think they're interesting times ahead. Interesting times in the past. I watch people watching other channels who watch my channel. I saw some people watching the channel yesterday from someone that insults me. And I was a little surprised to see about a half a dozen of my viewers over there listening to a person who's insulted me. Maybe they're unaware that person insulted me. That's fine. They can watch what they want to. It's your prerogative. Now, I got to tell you, folks, this countryside here is just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Thinly populated in this area. Gorgeous rolling mountains, trees, and of course it's winter, not quite spring yet, so all the deciduous trees are bare. The leaves long since fallen down a few months back. So everything's brown except for the conifers, pine trees. It's just brown. It'll start turning green here soon. But right now it's brown. But that itself has its own beauty, so can't take that as a bad thing. Anyway, yeah, so it's just absolutely beautiful out here, countryside. Somebody from Michigan passing me. Oh yeah, no, it is quite lovely. Just another girl. But some of people take for granted, they leave their rubbish around and don't take care of the neighborhoods and let their place. There is a tractor trailer that says Trump, no socialism. Somebody put it on their property. The whole thing painted Trump, red, white, and blue. It's funny. Silos in the distance. There's a cornfield. That will be corn probably this spring. And lots of timber around here, trees all over the place. Yeah, more silos for the next farm. Wheat field there. Too much development there. Too many people coming. Far too many people coming. Anyway, yeah, so The game was all right. I went there, and it turns out it's Mr. Rogers' Day, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood Day. Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, very famous for making a children's program, very calm demeanor. He was honored there in 2016, I think it was, maybe 2016, 2017, for a day. You know, it's beautiful. It's a great day in the neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Something like they used to say. Yeah, and so it's a great day in the neighborhood, and that was his kind of his singing shtick. So the Penguins came up with it's a great day for hockey or something like that. So they got Mr. Rogers come out for the 75th anniversary of the National Hockey. It couldn't have been the Penguins. The Penguins haven't been around that long. Yeah, National Hockey League. So that's a few years back. And they filmed him. He got an honorary, sweater. It was pretty cool. So this, I don't know if it's the first time they've done the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood thing, but if you show your ticket, you get a sweater. I got a sweater. A zip up front. They only had two sizes, medium and extra large. So hopefully extra large does the trick. But yeah, I saw some lady outside the team store where she was buying this kit, and she had like 5 of these sweaters, and I thought she just bought it at the store. So I was joking with her as I was standing going. I said, "Geez, did you get enough of this?" She goes, No, these aren't all mine. Just came outside because there's too many people in the store." I said, "What are they?" She said, "Well, these are Mr. Rogers sweaters." I said, "Where do you get that at?" "Just go to section 110 and show them your ticket and you'll get one." So I went there and got a sweater. Pretty cool. Then I found out later, I didn't know this, one of the concessionaires gives free soft drinks, complimentary soft drinks to service members and veterans. Didn't see that until, that's my second time there. So anyway, saw it this time. It doesn't really help me. For some reason, the speed limit's slowing down. I have no idea why it slows down here. I'm still about 180 kilometers where I need to be. Anyway, yeah, so Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, so they played some clips of when he was at the game back in the day. And that's nice. It's a very American thing. I mean, for my childhood, that was a little after my childhood. I was already a teen when I started noticing Mr. Rogers. I didn't really watch him much. But also had, when I was a younger kid and I lived in Maryland, Captain Chesapeake was on a television station there. And Captain Chesapeake, we're going to tunnel, that's why. Signal back, but I'll try to hang in there. And I'll get a ticket up here for sure. Cops usually hang around the tunnels. Lights are already on. Okay, let me slow down a little bit here. Staying late. Okay, so we're coming. Hopefully, I'll stick with you. I'll try to reconnect. We get disconnected. So hang in there, folks. Going through the tunnel right now. Now, when I did this before, there was a signal inside. I was a bit surprised. I had no idea that they had an antenna in the tunnel. The other one I lost the signal, but the one I didn't. So we'll see. There's 4 tunnels I have to go through here. It's the first one. Looks like it's still got a signal, but it's a long tunnel, so we'll see. You can't get to Western Pennsylvania without going through these tunnels. It's an old major highway through here. Turnpike. Not a big fan of tunnels. I've been in some really long ones, like in Switzerland. Oh my goodness, I can see the end. But it's a long ways off. These tunnels you drive like in Switzerland, you see water dripping off the walls or pouring out of the sides. Like, oh my goodness. So you guys are still with me. Watch it losing on the other side. It just depends. It might be an antenna inside the tunnel. That's how I kept it. Sometimes it was one on the other side, but not one on this side. So we'll see. Almost there. Coming out momentarily. And out of that tunnel right now. Okay. So I'm in a valley here, very small, narrow valley. I'm surprised I have a signal, to be honest. Must be a tower somewhere. I don't see it. Ooh, that guy is speeding illegally and passing me on the right-hand side. I signaled and I looked. Good thing I looked twice. He must be going 85 and 55. Jiminy crickets. Good thing I looked. We're all probably stupid drivers at one time or another. Guys, this is just absolutely stunning. I wish I could show you this. It's absolutely incredible. I probably could. I could just turn the camera on here and hold the phone up. Let me see. Oh, it's more beautiful there than it is here. This isn't so pretty. Let me, no, this is actually kind of ugly. And we got trucks passing, and these trucks should be slammed for this. Slowing down traffic, presenting hazards. A lot of trucks here. One of them's trying to show you what's going on. The truck is occupying the left lane. It's not passing anyway. It's not, strictly speaking, that's not legal. You can't camp here. You have to pass somewhere. You have to get over. Yield, make way, give way. As the Brits like to say. Oh, the jerk who cut me off back there just cut me off again. Got right in front of me. Only 2 car lengths, and he squeezed right in his little Mercedes. I expected him to do it though, so it wasn't really a surprise for me. Oh, it's windy out here. His trucks are loud. Now another truck's passing. He's going to try to pass that Mercedes on the right-hand side. Yep. Looks like he's going to pull it off too. Nope. Now the truck wants to get over. So I'll get it down to him. Oh boy, this is gorgeous. I wish I could show you the phone. Maybe I can in a moment, but not yet. Look at these idiots driving like this. Now we have 3 lanes because we're climbing the mountain. Okay, there you go. All right, let's take that off. Release the camera. Okay. There you go. Now you can see. I don't know why I quit talking. I can still talk to you. Guess I'm focused on the road, that's why. See, I lost the signal there for a moment. Nice when the roads work. They're paved, no potholes, beautiful scenery, wide open highways, good stuff. As you can see, we're in these narrow little valleys here. Limit 70. That guy in the white car is not going 70. He's going a lot faster than that. All right, we're losing lane here. So let me bring it in back here real quick to me. All right, so down here. All right, now we're back there. Hope that was entertaining and interesting. Oh, you see a little bit of the countryside here in Pennsylvania, those of you that hung around. Oh yeah, so last night I was in my hotel, or was it this morning? That was last night. Looked down and saw deer just right outside the hotel. Pennsylvania. Wow, always close by. There's a beautiful barn up there. It's been there forever. So running east to west, cutting through these mountains and these little narrow valleys, and then you have to turn and cut through the mountain to get to the other side of the next valley at some point. So anyway, whoops, this guy here wants to get over, get past him. Anyway, mail pouch tobacco. There's this guy who painted all these barns in Ohio and Pennsylvania with these ads for mail pouch tobacco, and pretty famous story. They talk about it in a museum in Wheeling, West Virginia, and why is it scary to drive on the other side of the road? I drive on both sides. I've driven to New Zealand, Swaziland, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England, all on the wrong side of the road. All on the wrong side of the road. The only place I did drive on the wrong side of the road was Japan, and that's because renting a car was a silly proposition in Japan. The Shinkansen, the high-speed trains were a much better option. So, yep, it's driving on the correct side of the road makes a lot of sense. It's much easier. That's how nature intended things to be, not this wrong side of the road that the Anglophone countries do in Japan. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. So, I hope that you guys found that interesting, enjoyable. Traffic's picking up a little bit now here. And then, once I come out of the valley, or out of the mountains, and into the Cumberland Valley, which is the big valley that's in the central Pennsylvania, it's wide open. There's 3 lanes for a good stretch of the road, which is pretty cool. Let me see how I'm doing with fuel consumption now. This says I have enough for 84, and now I'm down to 110. Yes, I might even be able to get back all the way home if things go well. So, we'll see. I might have to stop. So, anyway, yeah, cool beans. Somebody tried to go to the zoo. Uncomfortable, you left. Okay, I don't know what that story's about. Sorry to hear that, though. There's cattle over there. A lot of cattle in Sliceville. There's about 100 of them. You don't see that many congregate around here. You see that in Texas and Oklahoma, but not here. But it was a very good trip. I hope some of you had a chance to catch the live stream with the Oosthuizens. That was pretty fun. Yeah, so a little guest appearance by Bruce. And, yeah, so that was interesting. So I figured since I was there and I transported off them right around the place I want to go, so took around, did a little bit of necessity shopping, took care of a few things. So and they showed me off their stationary bike and encouraged me to get one for my hip. An idea I'll have to consider, because I could do that and probably take a lot of stress off my hip doing the exercise and get to the cardiovascular, the anaerobic exercise that I need. Oh, you went to Victoria Zoo. Okay, gotcha. And nobody showed? Damn, that sucks. Sorry about that. It's terrible. So this landscape will look very different in a couple of months because the buds will come out on all these trees, the leaves will come out, pollen will be released, and they'll start, some will produce flowers. Most trees don't have flowers, but some do. And it'll all turn green, which will be very pretty. You see a little bit of green now, but that's the pine trees, the coniferous trees. There's aren't many of those. Some spots have a lot, like right up here. A good portion of the hillside has got coniferous trees. But most of these are deciduous trees, broadleaves. So anyway. Yep. Got a bit of a headache here. I need something to drink. Reach over into my cooler. Yeah, so I did a video last night, and I guess a few people watched it, in which I asked, where's the response from Durka? Where's South Africa's foreign ministry on the news that the Ayatollah Khamenei is no longer with us? I mean, you'd think they would comment. It's their buddy, it's their friend. You think they'd have something to say. And certainly not Lady Pondor, who loves Hamas and loves the terror regime in Iran. She hasn't spoken up, so I wonder what's going on there. Why aren't we hearing from her? should be able to hear from her. Okay, so let's see how far the next one is from here. This one is 10 more miles, yes. And then the one after that is 35 miles. So maybe I'll stop at this one. 10 miles. Let's see. I won't get much fuel. Yeah, I'm down to 81, 10 miles. It'll be 71. Yeah, I'll just get a gallon or two and stop. Anyway, yeah. WhatsApp channel, I had a post, but not much else I saw. Okay, I love the interview with those guys. Okay, 6 people injured in the Iranian ballistic missile impact in the Jerusalem area. Ah, shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. So I'm going to stop at this rest stop. Just a little bit of petrol in the car. Probably get something to eat too. My stomach's bothering me. I ate this morning, but I'm kind of hungry. Now there's another male pouch tobacco. You can look those up. Male pouch tobacco barn paintings. It'd be a pretty cool story. You can find it online. But apparently it's just the one guy who did it. And did an amazing job. But I remember that was when I was young. All these barns had it because they got paid by the chewing tobacco male pouch. That's the chewing tobacco male pouch, and paid all these farmers to let their barns be painted. And now, 40 years later, those barns are all 40 and 50 years later. Those barns are all a lot of them are falling apart, but all the paintings have not been maintained for the most part. So interesting. Yep, little aspect of Americana, American culture. It's unique in its own self. Yep. Road's twisting here quite sharply. That's an ugly Honda. What is that? Some kind of futuristic thing? Honda Clarity. Never heard of that ugly little car. What are we doing here? Texas on a sleeper cell. Oh, really? Didn't know about that one. Hey, Carlos, what's going on, man? You said hi. Well, hello. I see that Professor G did an article, or did a video, excuse me, in which he's talking about, the quiet rejections. There's no such thing. He says that in the video, but I mean, I don't understand why the video is necessary. I've been explaining this to people for a long time. I've done videos on this, and people aren't listening. I don't know why they're not listening. Some people are just creatures of habit. You can't lead them a water or get them to drink. But I've been telling people for a long time that the bottom line is that there's no such thing as you got rejected, you don't know about it. You have to get a letter of denial, and the letter of denial will tell you. And the reason you have to get that is because you're afforded the opportunity to do an RFR, request for reconsideration, if you've been denied. The thing is, it goes back to the people who denied you. So unless you have new information or they overlooked information, it'll probably get denied again in most cases. But there are cases where it does pan out. But you can't do a request for review unless you know you've been denied and know the reason. I've covered this in videos. I've done videos specifically on it. Plus, I've talked about it in live streams. Professor G had to do a video today. Apparently, people are emailing him. I don't know what their deal is. These people want free, immigration advice and refugee advice and asylum advice, and they just don't listen to the videos put out. I guess they think it's okay for them to take his time up sending countless emails to him, expecting to answer 1,000 emails like they do to me, when they can't just watch the videos. It's very selfish. Very selfish. It's irritating, quite frankly. I don't know if he gets irritated by it, but it's just wrong. People, such selfish. Some people are such truly selfish people. They just rob someone else of their life because they take advantage of them because they're too lazy to watch the video or do the research on their own. I mean, we spoon feed people with this information. It's like, here you go. Here you go. Do I need a passport? Yeah, South Africa isn't going to let you leave without a passport. Yeah, but I heard you can never travel. Like, yeah, well, great. I heard lots of things. But this isn't lots of things. This is South Africa, and they control your exit. We don't. If you're from the Congo and you have no passport, they can get you travel documents. You come to America without a passport. But not from South Africa. Not unless the Home Affairs suddenly decides to let people leave the country without passports. And you can wish in one hand, you can crap in the other hand, and see which hand gets filled up first. Not the wish hand. Anyway, so it's a little frustrating that he felt the need to do that. Not that he felt the need, that he had to make a video on that, because it's just, anyway, I don't know what to say. Just it's a little annoying, to say at least. Oh, I picked up about 20 minutes here, wow. But I'm going to lose that 20 minutes when I stop at this rest stop. So anyway, I didn't want to go the whole day without sending you all a video and telling you what's going on. So I'm on my way back. It says I'll be back in an hour and a half, roughly. So there's a Roy Rogers here and a Starbucks. So I will stop at that. The next one's 28 miles. Let me see. 28 miles. Range 76. I'm doing really well, because I was like 60 miles difference, and now I'm just 20 miles difference between how much fuel and how much distance I'm going. But I think it's pushing my luck if I don't get petrol here, particularly because the next stop won't have something I want to eat at. Not that I want Roy Rogers, but it's better than some of the other options. McDonald's. No, thanks, I'll pass. Yep. So 150 people here now. Hey folks, be sure to hit that like button if you don't mind. I appreciate that. And thanks for following along with me this weekend on this adventure to come visit the Oosthuizens and Kim. And I will keep you updated on when the next trip is. We know for sure one end of March to Vegas, but I'm looking at doing at least 1 or 2 in March. Other than that, including possibly Virginia, maybe back out this way to go to Ohio. But it's not really keen to drive back this way again if I can avoid it. So we'll see what happens. But I'll be getting close to this rest stop. I think it's past over this mountain pass on the other side, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely not here. I'm climbing a mountain. Sorry, I should keep an eye on this guy behind me. Looked a little dodgy there when he's driving. Oh, that's a beautiful valley out here. Climbing up the side of a mountain now. There are plenty of them out here in Pennsylvania. He's doing it again. He's coming up on me, but not going fast enough to pass. I'm going to get stuck behind the car in front of me if I don't get over. But there's the rest stop coming up, so I don't think I'm going to do that. There's next right, okay. Next was 26 miles. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop at this one. So, let's see how much time I lose. About 40, okay. So I'm under 100 miles to go, so it's roughly an hour and a half. Which is the gas? $4, I can't be right, can I? 3.29. Okay, I'll get a couple gallons. That'll get me home. Anyway, yeah, so pulling into the service plaza now. Cars and buses this way. Okay. Fuel is down there, so I'll go inside and get something to eat first. Then I'll get my fuel afterwards. That makes more sense because food is here on this side, and then the petrol's on the other side. So, yep. Right, radio.
Route recalculation.
Yeah, sweetheart. You don't need to recalculate anything. I'm 100 meters off the damn road. Don't need to recalculate anything. All right, let me see what you guys got to say before we wrap up here. Righto. Yeah, Moon, I had to bite my teeth for the 5 months approval. Hang tight, buddy. Ian can't hang tight. He's just stuck on October. Yeah, I'm fine, guys. All right, thanks. Be sure to hit the like button. I'll catch you guys a little later. Hit and we'll give you an update. There'll be a Night Owls later tonight, okay? All right, cheers, everybody. Thanks.